my next guest. She's Angela Knight, the CEO of the British Bankers Association. Angela, thank you for being here on Bloomberg. It does look like yesterday we were in a euphoric mood. Everything's great. The European Union finally put this package. But it doesn't mean that the troubles for a lot of the sovereign debt and also for the banks is over.
Well, what it requires is for governments now to take the right fiscal decisions, and they're tough ones, and that was another part of the debate of yesterday here, that governments did need to do the unpopular things, and that was really underscored by the IMF. And so that, I think, is the next thing, because arguably one of the reasons why the Greece situation almost got out of control was that Greece was very late to actually getting to a grip with its difficult fiscal decisions. But secondly, this big question mark, were they actually going to do the things that they needed to do? Riots in the street, and as the stories came out of what, in fact, you got in the way of social benefits in Greece, like retiring at 51, the whole thing looked a very, very difficult mix. But it's a wake-up call to all governments that this is a time when you've got to be very tight on your spending, you've got to be very honest with your people, and you've got to get that economic growth. And another issue that's been discussed here is that some of the regulation that we have still got in Europe, and indeed have passed in the way particularly of employment legislation, is going to diminish the power of Europe to move forward at the rate of the rest of the world. So we have got to get back to the deregulation agenda.
Now, we had a lot of pressure on the interbank lending rate last week.
Yes.
What will the market be looking at between banks? Do we need this fiscal austerity measures to be taken place to relieve the banks a little bit?
Well, I think that as far as the banking industry is concerned, I suppose we're almost in two groups. Those who've got a lot of exposure to European debt, and especially the ones around the Mediterranean, countries around the Mediterranean, and those who have not. And the market has been making those decisions itself. But as far as the banking sector is concerned, you're correct to say that this has been a relief. The governments now have got the package that they need. Yes, we have the uncertainty still ahead, and we've got, of course, the uncertainty of the UK elections. But it is that need for governments to take decisions, and because that decision, at least by the finance ministers, to put a big package in place has taken place, that will free up the market.
The UK election and hung parliament, really the talk of the town here as well.
I know.
Are people concerned?
Yes, I think so. I mean, first of all, we don't do it like this, do we? The UK comes to a decision, and whether you like it or you don't, at least it comes to a decision. And there's been this talk about what would happen if it be hung, and now you can see what happens when there is no decision. It takes a long time to form a government, and you don't know what the combination is. The expectation is that the Liberal Democrats will come with the Conservatives, who after all had the largest number of seats, but after yesterday's announcement, will it be a coalition of the losers or what? I really don't know.
Angela, nobody knows. Thank you so much, Angela Knight.